When I arrived at the Houdini Mansion in 2006 to write and record demos for what would be the follow-up to our breakthrough album Songs About Jane, I knew quite well that the moment should have been the culmination of my rock and roll dreams. 12 years after Adam, Jesse, Mickey, and I started the band Cara's Flowers in high school, and 5 years after we added James to become Maroon 5, we had finally climbed to the summit of rock stardom. We had sold over 10 million copies of Jane. We had toured the world relentlessly in building an enormous fan base. And the next phase of our skyrocketing career promised a level of success and opportunity far beyond our most grandiose imaginings. To add to the significance of that moment, we were beginning the next stage at Rick Rubin's legendary residence-style recording studio, The Mansion. Previously owned by magician Harry Houdini, the 1918 Laurel Canyon estate had captivated us as teenagers when we first watched the Red Hot Chili Peppers film Funky Monks, documenting the recording of their classic 1991 album, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. The funky soulfulness of LA's own band of eclectic misfits who blended rock, funk, punk, and hip-hop into a timeless recording, all while living in a picturesque haunted mansion in the Hollywood Hills, seemed to prescribe the perfect formula for all of our musical aspirations. As I pulled up the long driveway to the glamorous old Hollywood manor, I was struck by the grandeur of the sprawling facade of aging stone, the columned stairway leading to the arched entry, and the varied balconies, parapets, and Spanish tiles accenting the sloped roof, together creating the image of a Renaissance chateau. Inside, I was entranced by the foyer's sweeping staircase, which seemed to lead not just to another story of the house, but to another place in time. I half expected Gloria Swanson to descend the stairs and greet me with, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Dusick." Then I walked around the place and realized it was a dump. I had anticipated crystal chandeliers, Persian rugs, fine tapestries, and rare artwork. Instead, I saw worn floorboards, sparse and cheap furniture, and canvas tarps covering the ceilings and walls. The kitchen was long out of date. The supposedly grand hall was scattered with recording equipment and exposed cables running every which way. The entire top floor, including the large master suite and several guest rooms, was carpeted over cheaply and furnished minimally like a fraternity house. Rick Rubin probably figured the place would get trashed by the bands recording there anyway, so investing in a facelift would have been pointless. In many ways, I was similar to that magnificent but decrepit old house. I, too, was a decaying shell of my former self. Despite all the opulence of my extremely successful career and glamorous Hollywood lifestyle, internally I was suffering through overwhelming physical and emotional pain. For 2 years, I had been barely holding it together as I experienced agonizing joint issues, then confounding discoordination, then a total nervous breakdown.